Today, I'm unboxing and testing out a budget-friendly lapel mic for video content creators that comes in around 40 bucks. If you're new here, my name is Caleb and I've been doing freelance video work since 2012, and this channel is a resource to help you make your own videos. If that's something you're interested in, it would be awesome if you hit that subscribe button. I'm testing out the budget mic from, they told me how to pronounce it, FIFINE Technologies. It's the K037 wireless microphone. They did send this mic to me to review at no cost on my end, but I agreed to do the review as long as I could give some honest thoughts and impressions. I also thought this product would be in line with what I ultimately want my channel to become, as a resource for DIY filmmakers and beginners who want to make their own video content. So here's the walkthrough of this video. I'm gonna unbox it and show you what you get for 40 bucks. I'll give some initial thoughts from the unboxing, then I'll get it set up on the camera and test it in different locations that you might find yourself in as a content creator. Might do a distance test or a vlogging test and see what happens with those too. I'll put the timestamps down below if you want to jump around the video a bit. Then after, I'll give my final thoughts, and yeah. So let's unbox this thing and see what all is inside. All right, so I have some thoughts now that I have my hands on this. First of all is the size of the receiver and the transmitter. They're not small, but for 40 bucks, I can get over that. The receiver takes AAA batteries and the transmitter takes AA, which are not provided, so make sure you have some on hand. Another thing right off the bat, I'm not sure how I'm gonna attach the receiver to the camera. I don't want it to just hang there, from the mic input, and there's not a thread anywhere to put it on, so I might have to use like a command strip or something. The antenna extends out from the receiver, so I'm not sure if that's gonna make a huge difference. The lav mic is a little bulky, but again, for 40 bucks, I'm not gonna complain too much, Now, I wasn't too sure what to think about the headset, but I understand why they put it in there, because you can use this system for live performances or for presentations or on stage, things like that. So it's actually a pretty good deal with that in there. All right, I'm gonna get it set up and we'll get rolling with some tests. Now with the audio tests, I'm not gonna do any post adjustments to the audio. What you hear is what you get with these tests. I'll be testing it out on the Panasonic GH5 with the camera levels set at -12. All right, the first test is gonna be here in a studio type setting, and I'm switching over to the FIFINE K037 wireless mic now. I don't have any sound treatments on the walls or anything, but something like this would be a typical YouTube style studio for content creators. Looking at the levels, it doesn't seem to be peaking or anything like that. Now, some of the other tests, I'm gonna be in different locations, and I really like what Lee Zavitz did in his Rode Wireless Go review by just reading random Canadian facts on his phone while doing the test. Props to that, man. I'm gonna take a play from his playbook, and I'm in South Dakota, so I'm just gonna read some random South Dakota info in the different locations, and you can get an idea for how it's picking up background noise and other things that you might run into while making content. South Dakota has often been referred to as a land of infinite variety. That variety is reflected in everything from our weather to our scenery to our economy to our state symbols. South Dakota ranks 16th in size among the 50 states. It was the 40th state to join the Union in 1889 and encompasses 77,123 square miles, averaging 10 people per square mile. South Dakota boasts more miles of shoreline than the state of Florida, and the highest point in the United States east of the Rocky Mountains. The population of South Dakota is 814,180 according to the 2010 census. The state animal is the coyote. The state tree is the Black Hills spruce. The highest point is Black Elk Peak in the Black Hills at 7,242 feet. The state capital is Pierre. The state bird is the Chinese ring-necked pheasant. South Dakota dessert is the kuchen. The state song is Hail South Dakota, and the state motto is Under God, the people rule. And the state slogan is Great Faces, Great Places. So some famous people from South Dakota are Bob Barker from The Price is Right, Tom Brokaw from NBC News, Mary Hart from Entertainment Tonight. Okay, so now we're gonna do a vlog test. If you're a content creator who vlogs, this is what the FIFINE wireless microphone sounds like. It looks like I'm getting a little bit of peaks, so I probably could talk a little bit quieter, but I'm not personally set up the best for a vlog right now. My lens is a little tight, so I'm trying to hold the camera out as far as possible. But this is what the FIFINE wireless microphone would sound like. If you're a content creator who likes to vlog, who carries their camera, who does selfie mode, everything like that, this is what the FIFINE sounds like. So right now, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set the camera down and we're gonna do a distance test to see how far this microphone can reach. So let's go do that. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is go back to reading some South Dakota facts because there's some famous athletes that come from South Dakota, and I'm set up on a 50mm equivalent, and I'm probably 30 feet away right now. So I don't know if it's going to be cutting out at any point, so we'll figure that out once we get onto the computer. But let's read some famous athletes from South Dakota. So Sparky Anderson, who is a former baseball manager. Adam Vinatieri, who's a professional football player. Chad Greenway, who's also a professional football player. Mike Miller, who's a professional basketball player. Becky Hammond, who's also a professional basketball player. And Brock Lesnar, who's a professional wrestler. Okay, I'm cold. Let's go back to the studio. Now I've had a chance to go back and listen to everything I filmed, and overall, I think it's a great option for anyone looking for a budget-friendly wireless mic system. I was really impressed with the distance I got with the transmitter and receiver. I think that little antenna helps. It cut out a bit when I turned my back, but when facing the camera, everything was locked on, and I was probably about 200 or more feet away from the camera. Also, throughout the day, I've been testing the battery life, and I've probably had the transmitter and receiver running for a solid 2 to 3 hours, and I haven't lost a bar. I still don't know what to do with the receiver without having any mounts or hot shoe options. I tried the command strips and that definitely didn't work. I kind of had to just rest the receiver on top of the camera and hope it didn't fall, or during the vlogging test, I just had to hold it while I held the mini tripod. The only audio adjustments I made in editing were level adjustments so that things weren't peaking too bad. I felt like the audio was a bit inconsistent from one location to the other. That's why I made the level adjustments. It might be missing some of the lower frequencies that I normally like in audio. It relies heavily on the camera preamps because there's no volume control in the mic system itself, but it stayed connected and I didn't have any issues with the mic cutting out. The best thing about the K037 is the price. Coming in at 40 bucks, it's affordable and it's a wireless system so you can separate yourself from the camera, which you can't do using an onboard shotgun mic. For some creators, that's exactly what they need. If you're on a budget and looking for a wireless mic system, make sure you check out my link in the description. It is an affiliate link, which helps support this channel. Remember to hit that subscribe button and I'll catch you in the next video.